Hey there, you looking kinda cute. Please consider subscribing and check out our Patreon for more. Enjoy the video. When you come back, we could talk about shopping. I'm sure you have some ideas about what you'd like to get. After hearing that, Jane almost jumped off the couch. Just her 3-inch pumps kept her from running up the stairs. Trish started to put the teacups back on the tray after picking them up. She picked up the phone because she and Jane were going to go out to eat. She picked up the tray and went back into the kitchen. So neither Jane upstairs in the bathroom nor Trish in the kitchen heard the front door open. "Hey there, is anyone home?" Susan called. "Where is everybody?" Trisha turned around, took a deep breath, and went to the living room, thinking about what she needed to say. In her most cheerful and carefree voice, she called out, "Hi, honey." She crossed the room to greet her wife. Susan said with a smile as she turned away from the coat rack, "Hi, sweetheart. It's great to be back." When she saw her husband, Susan's smile quickly turned into a look of surprise. "Hey, Charles, why are you dressed that way? Isn't James supposed to be here? I thought we agreed you wouldn't be Trisha until we told her together while she was at home," Trisha said, taking her wife's hands in hers. "I know we agreed to wait and tell James at the same time. Things have changed, though. Believe me, I'm just as shocked as you are to be greeting you this way. Come look at me." "What do you mean by changed? Where's James?" Susan's voice clearly showed her concern. Trisha replied with a smile, "James is here, kind of." "What do you mean by kind of? Tell me what's going on." "It might be best to just show you." Trisha turned her head and called up the stairs. "Jane, please come downstairs. Your mom is home." "What is Jane? I don't understand what's going on," Susan said, as she saw Jane carefully coming down the stairs, one hand on the railing. The words, "Who is that?" crossed her lips, and Susan gasped. "Hi, James. Why are you dressed like that? What's been going on here since I've been away?" Jane said to her mother in a soft voice. "Hi, Mom. Nice to see you, too." "I'm glad to see you, too, sweetheart. But could someone please tell me why both of the men in my house are standing here looking more beautiful than I am now?" After that, things seemed to calm down. Trisha and Jane couldn't help but laugh, and Susan eventually joined in. "There's a lot to understand, James. I know everything about your dad. What's up with you, though? Did your dad have anything to do with this?" "Mom, no, Dad is not to blame. Could we please sit down in the living room so we can talk about it?" "Yes, dear. There's a lot to take in. Let's take a seat," Susan said as she walked toward the couch. Jane followed her and sat next to her. Susan asked if she would like a glass of wine, not waiting for an answer before going into the kitchen. "You probably already know that your dad likes being called Trisha when he's dressed like that," she said. "I heard her call you Jane. Is that your girl's name?" "Yes, Mom. You don't have to use it, though." She smiled and said, "Well, dear, I guess I don't have much choice. It looks like you two have accepted what's going on. I guess I will, too. But could you please go back a little for me and explain how all of this happened? Have I been so oblivious that I missed the idea that your dad knew about how you dressed?" "We didn't know about each other before today. I was getting ready when Dad caught me by surprise when she got home. After that, she told me to wait in my room. After an hour, she showed up looking like that. I believe we were both a little lost and shocked. I can imagine it. We just talked and sat there, and then you came home. I've been telling Aunt Trish. That's what my dad told me to call her. That I've been dressing up for a few years now. I always thought I was wearing your things without you knowing, but she told me I've been mostly wearing hers. In fact, I think you're about the same size as her. Anyway," Jane added in a shy voice, "she told me that she thinks I need to get some girls' clothes. You two have all of this figured out, right? I have to say that you look great. It looks like you've been doing this for a while. I thought your dad had helped you out. How you look and your hair are so pretty, and you put together a great outfit." "Thanks, Mom," Jane said with a blush. "I try to look nice whenever it is possible." "You do a great job, sweetheart. We have more space in our closets now that we know everything about you." Jane beamed after that. "Thanks, Mom. I thought today was the worst day of my life when Dad caught me. It turns out to be one of the best." Susan put her arms around her son and hugged her. "Jane and James, You know your dad, and I love you a lot. Nothing you could do would make us doubt how great you are." Right then, Trisha came back from the kitchen holding a wine glass and a mug. "I think everything is fine with you two. I hope I can be a part of some of this love," she said as she put down the glass and cup. Susan reached out and took Trisha's hand in hers, with her arm still around Jane. "Jane and I had a great talk. I guess I'll need to get used to it, as will everyone else. I believe things will get better here. We'll get used to having 3 women in the house." Trisha smiled and said, "Then why don't we go into the kitchen and make dinner? We can talk about it while we eat and plan for next week. I believe we should arrange a shopping trip for Jane." After that, Jane and Susan got up from the couch, and the 3 of them went to the kitchen, having already talked about where to go and what to buy. The following Saturday, James woke up wondering if the previous night had been real or just a dream. A quick look at the corner chair with a bra on it and a pantsuit and black shoes lying on the floor nearby confirmed the wonderful truth of it all. The 3 of them had planned a dinner and a 2-hour party for afterward, shopping all day. They had spent some of the evening going through catalogs and magazines to get a basic idea of what clothes and items Jane liked and would need. Jane showed Trisha and Susan her best clothes from their closets and drawers. The night ended with a written list of everything a girl her age and with her sense of style would need. Because Jane had a long list of things she didn't really own, it came with underwear like briefs, bras, hosiery like stockings, nylons for girls, pants, skirts, tops, shirts, and different types of shoes such as casual low-heeled shoes, dressier high-heeled shoes, boots, and sneakers for girls. Also, time was set aside for visiting the Clinique store to get a color analysis and a makeover. They had chosen Clinique because it was both Susan and Trisha's favorite. Jane would also need earrings, bracelets, and other jewelry to style her hair, using barrettes, scrunchies, and clips. It would definitely be a long day of shopping, and their choice to go to a shopping area almost 90 minutes away made it even longer. Trisha and Susan told Jane that's where they went when Trisha shopped for herself because no one would notice. It was also decided that Charles would go instead of Trisha. Susan and Charles agreed that Jane would feel more comfortable being a girl who is shopping with her parents, so Charles could play the part of the poor father and husband whose job it was to pay the bills and carry the bags, while her mother and daughter planned to run her ragged getting into debt. As James thought about what happened last night, her mother softly knocked on the door and then opened it. "Get up now, sweetheart. It's an important day. Have breakfast downstairs and then take a shower. Then we'll get you ready for your first day as Jane." Susan gave James a quick wink as she shut the door. James jumped out of bed quickly, threw on her bathrobe, which she hoped to get a new, more feminine one today, and went downstairs. When James walked into the kitchen, Charles put down his paper and said, "Good morning. How did you sleep last night?" Having spent the last 24 hours with Aunt Trish more than with Dad, James had a moment to adjust to the man sitting at the table. Charles looked like any other dad and husband from the suburbs, dressed in trousers, a polo shirt, and a pair of lounge shoes, taking the day off. No one would have thought that he also looked great in a skirt suit. "Dad, I slept really well. Things got better anyway. Everything that happened last night got me pretty excited. I think you were. I hope you're having a great day, too. I have to say, I wish I could have gone on a shopping trip like you are when I was your age. That must be pretty strange coming from your old man. It must have been pretty weird to find your son in a skirt and top. I'm still not sure if I believe what's going on," James said. Susan then walked in and said, "Well, both of you better believe it. We need to get you ready quickly because we have a lot to do today." Susan paused while James went to get a box of cereal. "That is, if you still want to do this," James quickly answered. I'm a little nervous, but I think I can handle it." Charles added in a joking manner, "And I want our son to stop taking my clothes. I guess that means we're set." James quickly ate a bowl of Frosted Flakes and then ran to the bathroom to take a shower. Her mom told her to go straight to the master bedroom after taking a shower, so she put on the bra and underwear that her father lent her, tightened her robe, and went down the hall. "Please come in and let me know if you like what we chose for you right now." The last time your dad and I talked, we decided to put together an outfit for you. We put it here so you don't have to put something together that would be cozy and not draw unnecessary or unwanted attention. We know what kinds of cruising for boys clothes that girls your age wear to the mall, and on your first trip, that is not at all the right way to act. Also, you're going to try on a lot of clothes today, so we chose something that's simple to get into and out of quickly. Anyhow, come here and see. James was told to go to the bed where the clothes were laid out. One of the outfits was a black knit sweater dress with a soft princess collar and short sleeves. There was a pair of sheer nylons and a very plain pair of black loafers with a heel of about 1 inch. "How do you feel?" Susan asked. "Oh, Mom, it's great. I guess I can say now that I've worn that dress before." "And with black nylons," James answered, a little embarrassed, "but I've never worn those shoes before." "Based on the things your dad and I thought you'd like from what you showed us last night," Susan said with a sly whisper. "He also said that Trisha liked it a lot." That made James hold back a small laugh. The dress is easy to put on and take off, as are the shoes. The nylons are also pretty neutral, so we can get a good picture of how the clothes will look on you. One thing you'll learn is that women have to plan what they'll wear to the store like they would for a party. You'll get worn out checking to see if you have to mess with a lot of zippers and buttons when you're shopping for real. Charles walked into the room just then. "She's totally right. The first few times I went shopping as Trisha, I had a blast, but I took a long time putting on and taking off the clothes. A skirt with a long zipper in the back and a shirt with tiny buttons. Let's move quickly so we can hit the road." With a small clap of the hands, Charles encouraged James to hurry. "Boy, you'd never know Trisha with General Patton here," James replied with a smirk. She laughed and added, "I see what you mean. But James, we do have a drive. Let's get moving, Jane." "Okay, go downstairs and wait," Susan told Charles. "There might be a boxing match or a stock car race on TV to pass the time." Charles sighed as she turned and walked away. "Jane, I want you to take the clothes to your room and then put on your makeup. Not too heavy, about half as strong as it was last night. Don't forget that we're going to the mall. Once your face is done, check with me before you get dressed." "Okay, Mom. May I take what's on your vanity?" "Take what you need, sweetheart." She winked and said, "But hurry, so Dad won't have to wait all day." Jane quickly gathered everything she would need, makeup, blush, lipstick, and eye makeup, then went to the bathroom. And with a speed that only comes with practice, Jane applied just the right amount of foundation to even out her skin tone. She then applied pinkish neutral eye makeup, soft brown eyeliner, and a little mascara to her lashes. A brush full of light pink blush and careful application of lipstick, and she was done. Her long hair, still wet from the shower, was moussed and dried with a hairdryer, and her bangs were curled. As a final touch, Jane painted each finger with a coat of quick-drying nail polish. This added an extra 10 minutes to her prep time, leading to a knock on the bathroom door. Jane, James, are you done yet?" "Almost, Mom. I also painted my nails. That's why it took so long. Just come in and take a look." She gasped when she opened the bathroom door a little when she saw Jane. "Jane, you look great, I have to say. It's clear that you've been working on it. You look cuter now than you did last night." "Thank you, Mom," Jane said with a blush. "It's not always me trying to look like a law clerk for you. You look great for your age right now, so let's go on our shopping trip. Get dressed now, and I'll get you some jewelry. What about a small pair of hoops and my gold locket?" "Mom, that sounds great. Could I wear one of your watches or one of Dad's? Trisha's, I mean." "Yes, dear, and I'll also get some bracelets." "Mom, I still can't believe how nice you and Dad are being about all this. I love you so much." "James, we love you too. That's why we're doing this. Your dad and I know too many people who struggle because they can't express themselves. We've talked a lot about it and think now is a good time to help you rather than wait for you to have a lot of trouble later. We hope you'll be able to choose when, where, and how often to dress up on your own. Your dad can help you with that if you need it. He's quite experienced," Susan said warmly. "I really want her to help me. After all these years, I've finally found something we can do together." James said with a smile. "And Dad always thought I wasn't interested in the things he likes. Now he won't be asking me to fix the car or learn how to play golf." I guess you're right. But now you have another thing for Dad and son to do together. Please hurry up and finish. I'll put your clothes in your room. Thanks for everything, Mom. Thank you, sweetheart, Susan said with a smile and a kiss on James's cheek. Now, just go downstairs when you're ready. Okay, I'll be there in a minute, James said, as she followed her mom out of the bathroom and went down the hall to her room. She sat on the edge of the bed, grabbed the nylons, rolled them up her legs, and adjusted them at the waist. Looking in the mirror, she thought to herself, "Wow, I'm standing here in my room with the door open and Mom and Dad are in the house. Mom has helped me put on pants, a bra, and nylons, and helped me with my makeup. Just yesterday, I tried to keep all of this a secret, and now they're taking me clothes shopping for girls." She laughed and sighed at the girly sound of it and thought she looked pretty girly, too. And that was fine. Putting on the dress and slip only took a few more minutes, as did adding the necklace, bracelets, earrings, and watch. The low-heeled shoes completed the outfit. Jane did a quick spin and saw how well the dress flared out and how good it felt against the nylons. She had to think about women a lot and look at herself from every angle in the mirror, because the next thing she knew, her dad was at the door. "Come on, princess, we have to stick to our plan," Charles said with a grin. "Also, here's your purse. It has everything you'll need, but don't forget your lipstick. Get that and come down." With over-the-top teen angst, Jane put her hand on her hip and said, "Yes, Dad." They both laughed, and Charles said, "From moody son to princess-like daughter. I believe things have just gotten a lot more interesting around here." Charles extended her hand, and for the first time since she was a kid, father and son walked hand in hand and began a new chapter in their lives. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out Patreon for a lot more content and early access to YouTube videos.